All right. Good evening, everybody. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you um, Petty Officer First Class, Karen Gonzalez, Hispanic star and a member of the Association of Naval Services Officers. Karen, I'm delighted to have you here today and to be able to talk to you. How are you?
Thank you for that opportunity. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. All right. So we have a few questions for you, and you know that this is Hispanic Heritage Month. We started celebrating on September 15th, and Hispanic Heritage Month goes through October 15th. The theme for this year's Hispanic Heritage Month is Esperanza, a celebration of Hispanic heritage and hope. So let's talk a little bit about your Hispanic heritage. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, what your heritage is, ethnic and cultural background.
So I actually grew up in New York. My family bounced around a lot, so my mom likes to make jokes that that's what made me perfect for the Navy. So I lived in Florida, I lived in New York, I lived in Colombia. We bounced around a lot. Both my parents are Colombian, so very, very strong cultural sense there. Colombians love to brag about that. I went to high school in Bayside High School, and then I actually went to college while I was active duty because I joined right at 18. So that's a little bit about my background.
Okay, so you said while you were on active duty, so you're a reservist right now with the U.S. Navy. When did you join the Navy, and what drove you to serve?
So I joined the Navy right when I was 18, fresh out of high school in 2006. So a while ago, about 15 years ago now. And my mom was the single parent of 4 girls, and me and my sister are 1 year apart. And so she would have been having to put both of us through college at the same time. And when I got a phone call about a scholarship opportunity, I jumped on it. When I showed up and I saw that it was a recruiting station, I almost turned around, to be completely honest. And my mom raised me with good morals, so I walked in, I heard them out, I still said no. They convinced me to take my ASVAB, and in the process of going through the requirements for joining, I realized that this was my opportunity to help my family out, and it was an opportunity for me to also travel. So I went and joined, and my mom wasn't very happy. My family actually in general wasn't very happy because I'm the first in my family to serve in general. So that's kind of what the background for me for why I joined.
Okay, and how did your mom feel about that? You said she wasn't happy at first. But you know, Latinos, if mom says no, we tend to say no, right? That must
Oh
be
no.
a decision for you.
I want to say, so all 3 recruiters had to convince me, and all 3 of them had to convince my mom. They were in for a surprise. My uncle wasn't having it. And when I did the debt program, I was 17. So by the time I turned 18, she knew that it was my decision, and she still supported me. She knew that it was the right choice for me. So it took a little convincing, but she finally came around.
That's good. You know, with Latinos, it's about the familia, isn't it? And we have to do the right thing for everybody. So that's awesome. So you're a reservist. What do you do when you're not in uniform?
So it's a funny story because I'm all over the place right now. I got out in January, so it's all very new to me. I do some network marketing on the side, and we are in the process of moving. My husband is still active duty. We will be moving to Norway in January. So I've honestly been enjoying being out of uniform. But because I went into the reserves and they didn't have my current job, I had to go back on active, and I just got off of active last week. So I am now in IT. So this transition has been a whirlwind, and I believe that's why I love the Navy. It's why I love the reserves. Is I had the opportunity to leave active duty for a couple months, come back on active duty. Now I'm back off, and so it's been an interesting transition.
Awesome. Wait, can you tell me a little bit about what it is you do for the Navy? Because I see wings on your chest there.
It's
What's
a
going
little bit
on?
of everything. I have been very blessed to do a little bit of everything in the Navy. So I joined in 2006, and my recruiter told me that I was going to be an avionics technician. I was going to be an aircraft carrier. I was going to go to Pensacola for school. Katrina had just happened, so that's not what happened. I went to Whidbey Island, Washington. I went to an expeditionary unit, so I didn't go to aircraft carrier. I went to Afghanistan. So my recruiter called me like apologizing right before my first deployment. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I feel like I lied to you." And it honestly was the best experience ever. I got to do 2 combat deployments in Afghanistan. And then after that, I wanted to get back to the East Coast. So I saw orders for Virginia for Iraq, and I thought, that should be easy. It'd be a blast. What different? One sandbox to another. I did detainee ops for a year, so that was a completely different experience. And then I got back. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I spoke with a master chief, and he was like, "You just did detainee ops. Why don't you do brig duty? It's the same thing." Not at all the same thing, but then I did brig duty for 3 years. And then when I was up for orders again, it was time for me to go back into aviation. So I did F-18s with VFA 211 for the last 3-4 years, did 2 deployments on the USS Harry S. Truman, and that actually landed me into Anso and where I am now. So, and I met my husband that way. So it's been an interesting career. I've loved every second of it.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you were a policeman for a while there, huh? And then you're back to being, working with airplanes. And that's amazing. But, that's one of those great opportunities the Navy gives us. It's not just one thing. It's multiple different things. And you learn so many skills. So you said, that's when you joined Anso. When exactly and why did you join Anso? What's Anso for you?
So in 2018, I did my first deployment on the Truman, and it was my first experience on an aircraft carrier, but also my first experience seeing so many Latinos. And we had such a large community that we wanted to do something with it. Us getting together every night and talking and eating and dancing wasn't enough. So we wanted to establish something. So I found out about the Hispanic Sailor Association from a friend, and they connected me with Anso, and Anso actually helped establish the Hispanic Sailor Association on the Truman. So I was one of the founding members for that, and that landed me with Anso. So it was a great thing for me to take away from there, because being a squadron person, you don't stay attached to the ship. So I couldn't bring the Hispanic Sailor Association back to the squadron with me, but Anso I could. Anso was something that I could still travel with. I could still do other things with on a different level. I had honestly never heard of them before. So then I decided to be a bigger part of the Norfolk chapter that was starting up at that point. So I had the pleasure of being the VP for almost a year when I ran for that position. And I love Anso because they are a representation of familia. Like on the ship, I was able to show the kids like, hey, Latinos were close, like we're different. And so that sense of family, being able to talk to one of the kids like a mom, or being able to be like, hey, we got your back, is different. And Anso has been able to show me that there's a way to bring that into the military as well too. So I've been blessed, honestly, to meet so many different people. We hosted an event here at the house, and it's been an honor. And that's what I love about it, is that it's a way for me to bring my culture, but also my service, and merge them into one.
Awesome. Wow. You inspire me. I'm going to joke. Wait, I'm already in that. So. Thank you so much. So as we discussed a little bit earlier, the theme for Hispanic Heritage Month this year is Esperanza, hope. So when I hear that word, hope, it brings up a lot in my mind. And I think about so many different things, right? What does it mean to you to celebrate hope?
It honestly means a lot. And I think the easiest way to explain that is that when I came into the Navy, I was one of 10 females in my entire command, one of maybe 5 Hispanics in the entire command. And so coming forward and seeing how many more, when I went onto the aircraft carrier, the sense of joy and pride that I had with seeing that many Latinos in service, that many Latinos together, was just amazing to me. We're a good percentage of the military, and so the hope for us to be accepted, the hope for us to be part of something greater is a lot what Esperanza means to me. But it's also got a deeper meaning, that it's a hope for our ancestors. It's a hope for what we bring to this culture. My mom came here when she was 18, and she came here with the hope of a better life. She came here with la fe to create something for her family, and she did. She brought her whole family over. And so that's something that I carry very deep in my heart, and it's something that I hope to bring to my service as well too. So that's what Esperanza means to me, and that's what that sense of hope, to be able to share that with the people coming up after me.
Well, awesome. And you basically answered my next question, which is what are your hopes for this year and the future? And is there anything specific that you're looking forward to seeing, or for to happen for you yourself, or Anso, for your family?
I'm looking forward to growth. My word this year was grace, and grace with myself, and grace with all the transitions and stuff. And I have been blessed moment after moment to see not just my Anso family help me, my Hispanic Sailor Association family, like just the people that I served with reach out and say, hey, thanks for sharing this, or you've been super instrumental in this aspect of it. I think the more time I spend in the Navy, the less it's hit me that as a female, as a Latina, as a first class, like you make an impact. You stand out a little bit because the circle starts getting smaller and smaller that you're in. And so my hope for the future is that I can help people, that Anso can continue to help people. I've seen them firsthand help me and help some of my sailors grow, put in packages, do so many things, and I think more people need to know about it. So I really do hope that Anso continues to reach out, that I'm able to. I will be moving to Europe, so we'll be able to reach out over there. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Anso in Europe, so it'll be interesting. It'll be a new experience, and I'm looking forward to that.
It would be awesome if you could lead the Norway chapter. Support you 100%. Thank you, Karen. You are truly a Hispanic star. And, I can't say this enough. We have so many wonderful people in the service. We don't highlight you enough. We don't show off, those who give us credit, who make us look good. And you are one of those. And I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you for everything you've done for Anso and for the United States Navy. You continue to serve, even though you're in the reserves, you continue to serve in greater capacity, in everything that you do through Anso, and through supporting your husband, who you said is still on active duty. Now, you're moving because he's moving, right? But you can continue to do so much more. And we are glad that you are a member of the Association of Naval Services Officers. And with that, I will leave you tonight and say, adelante con Anso.
Adelante con Anso.
Gracias, Karen.